Hello YouTube. Okay, so I'm just going to have make a wee vlog here. Just going to have a wee blether. I've got a few topics I want to cover, so I thought I'd just put all the topics into this vlog and just have a wee blether with these. Okay, the first item is I reached over 700 subs just last week, so I'd like to obviously mention that just to thank people for helping me, reach 700 subs. So a big thank you to you guys. Enjoy making these videos, and it's really nice that people sub to my channel and people watch my videos, and for making comments and that. So a big thanks for that. My plans for the new year ahead. Because somebody had asked me, what my plans were for collecting, and I thought, it's quite a good topic because, I've heard people making, New Year resolutions, gaming wise and collecting wise, so I thought I would just tell you my thoughts on that. Because I've been collecting for about a year and a half now, and I've kind of bought all the consoles that I wanted to buy. And there's a few there that I never had when I was young, so I've managed to get them into my collection. So I've got them all. The ones that are out there and weren't that big, I'm not really interested in collecting for. That's your Atari Jaguars and your 3DOs and Amiga CDs and all that. If I see them in my passing and I can get them cheap, I'll pick them up. But I'm not going to be actively seeking out. So I've got all the main consoles, and I'm going to keep on collecting games. What I am going to do though is, I've heard a lot of people talk about this, is when games get first released, I'm going to hold off, and I have done that with a lot of the games, but some of the games this year I've bought on day of release, and prices of games are coming down that much even after 2 months, and I like to collect the limited editions, so I'm going to try and do that more, but I'm going to wait. For example, I went and bought Halo Reach limited edition. When that first came out 2-3 months ago, it was £60. I got it for £24.99. So waiting 2 months is, what is 2 months? Who cares if you're not playing it on day release? So my plans are, to try and still buy new games, but wait and get them cheaper. Console wise, there's 2 consoles at the top of my head, 2 gaming systems at the top of my head that I want to maybe collect this year. I still want to get myself an Atari. An old Atari 2600, only because that was it when I was a wee bairn. I never had one, I always wanted one, my friend had one, so, and it doesn't have to be the limited or the Woody 6 switch or whatever it is, because obviously William's older, the newer ones, the Junior or something, one of them would do. As long as I get an Atari into my collection, some games into my collection, I'll be happy. And I always want to get a Spectrum Plus into my collection, because I had that when I was 12, 13 year old, and I had loads of games for that. So I want to try and get a Spectrum into my collection, only because I had that when I was younger, and it'd be nice to get some of the games again for that. So apart from the A2, which I'll try and get into my collection this year, there's not really much else. I'd like to get myself a Game Gear, a Neo Geo Pocket, but these, I'm not going to be actively seeking these. If I can come across these on car boot sales, whatever, or if I see something on eBay cheap, then I'll pick them up. But the majority of my stuff I've got, console wise, I've got already. My plans for last year, I made a resolution, New Year's resolution video, and my plan was to try and stop playing 100 games at once, because I tended to do that, get new games, chuck them in, play the first couple of levels, get some more new games, chuck them in, play the first couple of levels with them in, but never ever finishing any games. I never really enjoying the majority of the games. So last year I'd said I'm going to try and concentrate on playing a game at a time, and I did try and do it. I did start doing that, but that kind of fell by the wayside. So I've started it this year, I went back through games at like Alan Wake. I got halfway through that, so I concentrated on that until I finished it. So I've finished that now. I've still got the 2 extra download contents to play, but the main game I finished, Alan Wake, last week. And I'm now playing through Uncharted, which I got when I got my PlayStation 3 a year and a half ago. And when I first put it on, I was only done the first 3 chapters. So I'm concentrating on that, and I'm going to get that finished. It's the same with the Mario Galaxies. I've got these 2 games and I've started the 2 of them but never finished them, so that's my kind of New Year's resolution, get these games played. And I've got hundreds of games in there. I've got hundreds of new games waiting to be played, and I've still got all the other games that I've kind of started but never finished. So that's my New Year's resolution for that. And my last topic I wanted to, I'm just checking my time there, 6 minutes in, that's fine. My last topic that I kind of wanted to cover was my game of the year. Like I said, I bought loads of new games from last year but never played them. So obviously I can't include them, that's your kind of Halo Reach, your Mario Galaxy 2, which I've got here, which I've only played a wee bit yet, but it's fantastic. But my games this year I have kind of played through, and I'm not going to do a game of the each system. These will just cover the whole thing. I think I've got to mention Alan Wake, because I finished that. I thought that was a fantastic game. I thought it was really atmospheric. I've got wireless headphones connected to my TV, so when I watch stuff at night time I like to hear things. My hearing must be gone, but I like to hear things, so the telly's always loud, and it goes to adverts, it booms, so especially if my wife and Ben's are sleeping. So I'll sit with these headphones, so I've done that when I was playing through this, and I've got loads of fights. If you've played through that, going through woods and all this kind of stuff, and the taken come out, and you get loads of fights. And sometimes my headphones, it's kind of noise cancelling headphones. Sometimes my wife will come in, I've not even seen her coming in, and I'll get a fright. So I loved Alan Wake. Another mention for Game of the Year is Red Dead Redemption. Brilliant game. Loved this game. Still not finished it completely, but I've played loads and loads of hours into this game. Just doing loads of side quests and collecting herbs and shooting animals, and I love just jumping on your horse and just going out into the wilderness, and just the graphics and the scenery is just outstanding with this game. I've started to play the download content, and I'm going to buy it, the zombie, whatever it's called, the zombie Red Dead. But that's up there as one of my games of the year, without a doubt. Superb game, really, really good. But my game of the year is Heavy Rain. Even though I struggle to finish games, and I start loads of games and never ever finish them, this was one of the games that when I first got, I put it in, and it never came out of my machine until I finished it. Even though I don't get a lot of time, but I'd come home late at night after a shift, finishing at 10 o'clock at night, and I would come home and just play an hour of it. And usually I'm that tired I can't be bothered putting the Xbox on or whatever, the PlayStation. I would have to put this on because the story was just outstanding. I had to find out what was happening. I had to find out what happened at the end, and you were connected to the characters, and there's many different paths you can take. I played through it completely once, and I'm going to play through it again, because I went and got the Move, the controllers for the Move. So I've downloaded the there's an update patch for it, so you can play with the Move. So I'm going to play through it again and try and get a different ending, because my ending, 2 characters lived and the other 2 died, so hopefully I can get a different ending. But some of the scenes in this game was just outstanding. When you lose your wee son at the start of the game, and just some of the things you had to do that you were made to do. I was just, and even though it was quick time button pressing, and a lot of times you're not actually playing the game, you're kind of watching a movie. I still loved it. And you know, it's my game of the year, without a doubt. My game of the year. I even downloaded the download content as soon as it came out, and I enjoyed that. I was hoping that there'd be more. There isn't any more at the moment. Hopefully there will be some more. You know, and I'd love to play another type of game like this. You know, again, I have got the first one that they made, which is Fahrenheit. I haven't played through that yet. I've played the start of that. But you know, if they made any more games like this, and you know, I'm definitely buying it, and it's my game of the year. And the people I've spoke to on YouTube, I'd said to them either you love it or hate it, and you know, the people I've spoke to have said they've loved it, even though maybe they weren't fans of quick time button pressing, because the story just draws you in, and so you care about the characters. So that's my game of the year. So thanks for listening to me blithering on, and thanks again for subscribing, and thanks again for keep on watching, and catch you next time. Cheers.